Hello and welcome for the last month of the year of 2014. Here's your horoscope, your general horoscope for you Sagittarians for December 2014. And yes, finally, you're going to get Saturn in your sign. And as I said in many other videos already, I don't think this is going to be bad for you at all. I'm going to talk not only about this Saturn in your sign, but also about Pluto, Uranus a tiny little bit, and also about your ruler, Jupiter. But let's start with the other things. Let's start with your ruler, Jupiter, that is going backwards in the 9th house. Now, your ruler, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and the planet of understanding and having some meaning there, going backwards means a reflecting time, a time of reflecting upon what was meaningful for you when it comes to the 9th house. So that can be standing still with maybe your studies that you've been doing and reflecting upon that. For other people, when they're not studying, it's about what they have learned last year. You could say when it comes to broadening their mind, which is so important for a Sagittarius, isn't it? For others, it means connections with abroad. Maybe you're standing still and you're going to reconnect with some people from abroad. What else? It's about your philosophy. You're standing still with what your vision is all about, and in a very positive way, not negatively, but you're looking at what should I need to change when it comes to my understanding of the world. And this fits in so well with Saturn coming into your sign at the very end of December. So it will be around the 23rd, 24th of December, but you will feel it definitely. So especially if you have an ascendant sign, but also when you have a sun sign or something, with Saturn coming towards in Sagittarius, especially those who are the very beginning of Sagittarius, those 5 first degrees, these people will feel that the most, of course, and that has to do with definition. It has to do with working hard, but it also has to do with reality. And the next, I already made a yearly horoscope, so have a look at that if you haven't done already for your sign. But what is mostly important for Sagittarians next year, and already starting now in December, is the square between Saturn and Neptune. That's going to be the huge big thing next to the Pluto-Uranus big thing. That was not that challenging for you as a Sagittarian because you're not a cardinal sign. So your challenge will be that bringing into balance the 2 planets of Neptune and Saturn. And the only thing I want to say already about this is the following. Saturn in Sagittarius is very simple. It's about wisdom. It's about wisdom by experience. And that's what the Sagittarian likes. You know, a Sagittarian who just has a vision or an idea is not happy. They want to experiencing. It's, you know, it's the whole it's the Sagittarian on the horse that is just trying to experience all kinds of new adventures in order for them to become more wise. You don't become just wise by knowing things. It's also experiencing it. And that's the Saturn into Sagittarius. But that's why I think that a lot of Sagittarians will have get bigger roles like maybe when it comes to education, maybe when it comes to more responsibility as well. Not always education, but responsibilities that will come your way, and you will feel very good because putting ideas in a very concrete reality is what Sagittarian is all about. And Saturn will actually make that concrete. So it is a bit of a paradox. You might read about it, about Saturn, which is about restriction, and Sagittarius, which is about expansion. But there's always something special about paradoxes, isn't there? Because it's to look for the balance in all that vision that you have, in all those ideas that you have. You can make it true now. You can make a dream come true. This is for all the mutable signs, and you are a mutable sign. It won't go without any effort. It will only work if you stay very grounded. And with Saturn in your sign, you have to be grounded. I mean, you know, whether you like it or not. For some it will be easy going, and for others who are very Jupiterian and who are very floating around, it will be a testing time, of course. So it all depends on your natal chart. But this constellation is trying to make your dreams come true, whatever it is, whether it is a relationship that you want, whether it is a that could be true, because Saturn in your first sign means an opposition with the 7th house, which is the relationship. So relationships will become more serious, will become more committed during the next coming 1 or 2 years. And they will define who you are, your connections. But also it can be work, of course. So a lot of people will start their own business, will start a new job, will maybe lose a job in order for them to get a better job with more responsibility. So slowly but steady, you are going to grow towards, you're going to be the authority. I see it that way. Saturn is authority, but when Saturn comes into the first house, it's that you are ready for authority. So, and because it's in the sign of Sagittarius, it will have to do with your knowledge. It will have to do with your experience, no matter what you do when it comes to work or when it comes to what you want to do in life. So, so very interesting for Sagittarians. You know, this is just the start, and it's the start of having the Saturn in your sign that's going to square up to Neptune in your 4th house. So these are the key areas of your life. So there is the dream, there is the ideal, and now it's almost as Saturn is saying, stop dreaming, you know, do it, take your steps, and don't be lazy, and start slowly but surely, but on a day-to-day basis. And the chances are very big that you are going to establish something that was a dream of you. And you will see the results when Saturn goes out of Sagittarius, which will be in a year or 2. So, and don't forget, next year Jupiter's going to be in your 10th house of work as well. So there are really, really interesting times for the Sagittarians, powerful times for establishing your dreams. And a Sagittarian always has at least one dream. Now Pluto-Uranus is still in a square and is going to perfect that square again in December, but as I said, it's not touching you in a very negative way. Pluto is in your 2nd house, Uranus is in your 5th, so it's all about what you might have valued earlier is now not that important anymore. Or it's maybe if you've always valued, let's say, material things, all of a sudden it becomes less important. Or if you have never valued money, all of a sudden it becomes more important. So it depends on your context. And there is a lot of planets in your 2nd house, especially with Mercury there, and Venus as well, connecting to Pluto. And it's connecting on a fixed star that is called Vega. And Vega is all about refinement. It's all about being refined, being sophisticated, and a very nice energy there. And with that constellation in Capricorn in your 2nd house, the house of worth, it can mean that you will get presents. Well, it's not strange, isn't it, with this festival month for some of you, but it is possible that you will get a present, or that you will give a present to someone, and it will be enormously meaningful. So it will be, you know, the gratitude, counting your blessings, and being grateful for the things that you are getting, is a theme for you Sagittarians as well, because this Vega star, that fixed star that is emphasized here, is all about the gracefulness, almost, you could say. So nice month in general for the Sagittarians. Have the best month ever, always. you Sagittarians. Have a good month. And thank you for listening. And of course, spread these videos a bit more if you want. And if you don't want, don't. So I can have a bit more, you know, people watching my videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next year. Bye-bye.